It's a bootlegkev.com exclusive.
You have made a huge splash with this album now. We were just kind of talking. Can I share the Montana story I talked about outside, or do you want me to keep that off the record? Well, I'd heard that L.A. Reid flew to Montana to see you. What was that, last week?
Yeah, maybe like a week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago, after the album went #2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So L.A. Reid flies to Missoula, Montana. Now,
yeah.
Missoula, Montana, it sounds exactly what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Missoula is Missoula.
Yes.
But to try to sign you, is this correct?
I mean, yeah, I don't know how, in depth. And for one, I didn't tell.
He didn't tell me. I had heard this from
Kev
someone else in the industry.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Nah.
But yeah, him and his team came out, and we, had a conversation, and since then, we've been in contact with their team, and I think they came out to the Santa Ana show, and my manager's been in contact with them. Many other labels have been in contact in the last couple of weeks. Damn near every show we have somebody from some label at. But for me right now, and decisions need to be made.
Of course.
I'm really happy that we did it independently. I think that we're going to continue to try to go that route. If there's something that makes sense, which I've always said, I've never said like I'm doing this independent for the rest of my life.
Fuck the majors.
Yeah,
it's got to make sense.
Yeah, I think that we'll see what happens, but at this point, it completely remains independent, and we're having conversations. L.A. Reid was super cool. His team was super cool. It was really dope that icon and a legend like L.A. Reid would fly
to Montana. Had he ever been to Montana?
No.
Of course not.
No. He flew to Montana, and that was just super humbling. So to have him watch the show and be juiced out the show and excited, that was just fresh in itself.
Hey, who are some of your, being from the Northwest, I lived in Idaho for a little bit, and that's not necessarily like the same as Seattle and Portland, but it's just a different vibe in the Northwest, man, than I think anywhere else. Who were some of your like big influences coming from Seattle? Like, not rappers from Seattle, but just that part of the country. You don't hear from a lot of people who do music from that part of the country. So, I mean, who were your influences?
That were from Seattle?
No. Just in general.
I mean, I grew up with West Coast gangster rap, like Snoop and Dre and, DPG and, just typical West Coast rap as a kid. And when I got older, I started to get into more underground West Coast rap. And then you had the East Coast. Like, I was really into Wu-Tang. Like, I was, a sixth grader who was, like the...
Oh, I used to tag all my little binders with the Wu-Tang W.
Yeah, exactly.
Try to perfect drawing that shit the right way.
Yeah, me too. I think I still got some of those binders. But, Mobb Deep, Fugees, Wu-Tang, Biggie, things of that nature. A little bit later, got into Talib and Mos, kind of the Raucous era,
of course,
of hip hop, and was real Backpacker and Hieroglyphics and Living Legends, and Freestyle Fellowship. A lot of it was West Coast like style.
J5 used to be my shit.
Yeah, J5 was dope. Like just a ton of more Backpacker independent type rappers when I was in high school.
Speaking of independent people, whenever I try to put people up on your music, if they're fans of underground hip hop, a lot of times people say he kind of sounds like Slug from Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Do you hear that a lot?
I heard it. I get a couple tweets a day.
Right.
Someone was just like, "He sounds like a whack Atmosphere" or some shit on Twitter like 30 minutes ago.
Oh wow.
But you know what? Like, I get it less and less. I think that I understand that immediately people draw comparisons.
Especially, not for nothing, if you're a white rapper.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially if you're a white rapper.
If you're
they gotta compare you to another white rapper.
You gotta be somebody. But, honestly, like, nowadays, I don't get it any more than I get, like, Mac Miller or Asher Roth or Yellow Wolf, like people I sound nothing like. So,
right.
I think that one thing that's dope is that, speaking of Atmosphere, is what he's been able to do with Rhymesayers, and really put on for independent music,
straight up.
And they have
an empire, man.
Yeah, they do. They have an empire, and I've watched it over the years. So you know, that's been, you know, probably the biggest influence in terms of, you know, my musical career is not actually the music, although it's dope, but it's more just what they've done just and what they've
their
built.
Model kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something to definitely be studied.
Yeah, like I think Tech and Atmosphere are the two.
Absolutely.
Are the two kind of like models to if you want to do it independently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and Tech's shit is just like, I mean, they travel with like, you know,
a whole fucking crew. They got their own roadies, their own sound guy. It's crazy.
Everything. Their merch game is just like you can't compare to that.
You cannot touch their merch
They're on
game.
a whole nother level. And like I've seen pictures. We've done a couple shows together, like a couple festivals and college shows, me and Tech. But I've seen like when they tour, they have like, you know, a massive wall of just like 40 different T-shirt designs. Like it's like a store.
No, it is. They got
venue.
socks. They got ties. They got jerseys. Whatever you need. Tech Nine got it with a Strange logo on it.
Exactly. Man. So he's crazy, man. Hey,
the thrift shop record. I came up, man. Me and my mom used to always go to the thrift store. That's where I used to get all my shit from.
Yeah.
And it's just the video is hilarious. It's just a great feel good record. How much of your wardrobe do you honestly get from the thrift shop? At this point in time, you probably got so much free clothes that you could get from like
I do have a lot
brands,
of free clothes.
You know,
there's a lot of that right now, which is funny. Like, you know, it's come after the thrift shop video. Now I have hella label clothes, but for me, it's I have just too many clothes in general. Like I would say probably 40% of my stuff is from thrift shops.
That's what's up.
You know, I'm not buying jeans at thrift shops. I'm not buying socks. I'm not buying drawers. You gotta have like some good shirts. You gotta have some good
coats.
Hoodies. Like I like coats. I like nice stuff too. Like,
of course.
You know, I was in LA yesterday and bought a diamond gold ring at a pawn shop. Like, I'm just a random dude. I went to the Arizona Mall today and picked this up.
You got the Vicente Fernandez fit.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, it's just about being random and doing things that people wouldn't expect and being myself. I'm just a weird Gemini. Like, I like random stuff. So one day I want to be suited up and, you know, hit Barney's, and another day I want to go and, you know, spend $20 and come out with the outfit. So
looking fresh.
Yeah.
Hey, when you, I know everyone makes music. I would like to think when people make hip hop music, they first do it for the love. You know, some people do it for money.
Sure.
But when you are making music, I mean, now that you are on a larger stage as far as the attention you're getting, you've touched on so many issues in your music. I mean, when you make music, you consciously like, because I think you're the kind of dude who will make songs that you might mess around and change someone's life when they hear some of your records. You know what I'm saying? Is that something you do on purpose, or do you have a conscience when it comes to like what kids get out of your music?
You know, I'm aware of it. I think that you can't go into writing a song trying to do that.
Right.
You can't go and
almost like you can't go into a song trying to make a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be organic.
It has to be organic. It's the exact same thing. And it's usually when I'm going through something that, like, that's what comes out. And
it's just honesty.
It's just honesty, man. And the minute that I try to force that, or that I'm like, oh, we have too many clowning records on the album, like, I need to be serious. Like, I'm going to spend a month trying to be serious, and it's going to be whack. But when real life happens and you're aware and you're open to whatever's coming through you and you document that, that's when those songs happen. And they usually write themselves. Like, you know, the songs that, you know, I would put into that category of potentially changing kids' lives or people's lives are songs that I just happened to be there, man, and just caught some sort of spirit and let that, you know, flow through the pen, man.
I hope that Interscope tries to sign you so you can play Jimmy Iovine, the Jimmy Iovine record.
You know what? Yeah, I think that they definitely were aware of that, like, the first day that record came out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, man, well, congrats. All the haters. I remember when the double XL freshman cover came out.
Sure.
Everyone was like, who the fuck is Macklemore? And why is he on the cover? But, boom. The guy's got the #2 album in the country, man. It's a good look, man. Thanks for making the music you make, my dude. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations, homie.
No doubt.
For sure. Good looking out, bro. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep you so long, bro. You know,
no, all good.
Go in.